Hello, everybody, and welcome to your weekend reading. Let's get right into it. We'll start with the vibe for this weekend. We have the Death card. So this touches upon the notion that so many of us in the collective, whether you're here watching or you're not, so many of us are going through this deep, immense transformation. It could be bringing up a lot of anxiety, but anything that is coming up like anxiety, worry, or sort of like an unsettling feeling that is meant to be cleansed this weekend. We are literally meant to clear out this energy. There's something that doesn't belong, whether it's a person, place, thing, a feeling, a sentiment, whether it's the notion of not being good enough, not being smart enough, not being beautiful enough, not being talented enough. Whatever anxieties come up are meant to be looked at. They're not meant to be shut down at this time. And I know it's the weekend, and during the weekend we'd like to kind of forget about the week and just have a good old time and maybe just put up our feet. And there's times and places for that, but there's this energy here that we have to move through, and I see us moving through it. I see us getting through a big shift or a big transformation here with the death, anxiety, and cleanse. I brought up in the Friday reading that we are in eclipse season. So we are literally in the time period, in the time portal of fated events. The divine literally has its hand in each and every one of our lives, making changes happen. So we're going to feel it, and the anxiety may brew, and some of us don't understand why. It's because of these external and internal transformations. There is a leveling up. There could be ascension happening for many people, or just clear understandings of who we are, what we're meant to do, and I'm seeing a clearing as well. So let's go a little deeper here for the weekend. We have the numinous, the mysterious card, the unknown, the unknowable, psychic abilities, the cosmos, universal truth, oneness, source, shadow work, inner knowing, tingling, ghosts, other worlds, okay, the occult and intuition. For this card to come up, this is like major confirmation of what I've been picking up on, especially in the Friday reading of the sort of mystical, the spiritual, the mystery. There, I feel like there's going to be a lot of solved mysteries happening moving forward. Maybe not just precisely today or this weekend, but there's like an opening here this weekend. Okay. There could be a lot of more interest in occult themes, or you could be more interested in developing your spiritual awareness or your own intuition. Now, shadow work is coming up, as we see with the death card and anxiety, and then following that is the cleanse. So when we look and be the observers of these uncomfortable feelings, sentiments, feeling unsettled, feeling anxious, feeling the lack-based emotions or thoughts, viewing them, observing them, and maybe even just picking them out one by one and telling ourselves the truth that they're just not true. Okay, if you are feeling like you're not good enough or you're not worthy enough, you need to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself the opposite. You are worthy enough. You are deserving. You are clever. You are smart. You are creative. Some of us and some of people connecting here could feel like a creative stifling, or they've been stifled lately. It's because they haven't been opening up, or they've been suppressing some of those creative energies. Let's see what else for this weekend. Pluto transformation. Okay, I don't need any more validation here than the fact that we are going through immense change from the inside out. I feel like after this time period, after the month of May, And I would say for the next 6 months at least, we're going to look back at this time and things will never be the same. We are moving forward. There's going to be, I always happen to film and the mailman comes and delivers mail. So there could be unexpected news or unexpected revelations that come in. Okay, very unexpectedly. Like, it's startling. Every time that mailman comes by, I get startled. But with Pluto transformation, and I don't mean to say that the mail or the news is bad. I mean, it's just startling how unexpected it is. Okay, but let's get back to Pluto. It's about renewal, inner resources, basic instinct. Okay, what drives our motivations? What drives our personal power? Okay, this is actually calling us to step into our personal power and realize that we are powerful beings. If we feel like we've been out of touch with this side of ourselves, now is the time to to realign with our source of power, right? And use it for good. Use it for our own good, and then hopefully as a result it translates and it inspires others at the same time. Okay? With the Pluto, it's absolutely symbolic of death, symbolic of a rebirth, symbolic of a composting or a repurposing, and absolutely for clearing. You may want to get out your crystals. You may want to take the salt bath, the shower with the salt scrub. You want to do all the things this weekend that bring you close to your sense of spirituality, bring you close to your sense of like spiritual protection. You can pick out your favorite crystal, maybe have it close by, or cleanse and clear your crystals, recharge them. If you work with tarot, you can recharge your decks. This is a time of our lives where we need to embrace change, not fear it. We need to really embrace the change and not fear it, because fearing it is what produces the anxiety. What if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? What if I won't make it? What if I won't be okay? You will be okay, and especially when the divine has a say in it. The divine wants things to work out in your life. The divine wants to help you and assist you, and that's why sometimes these transformations will occur. These sort of death, rebirth situations will occur so that it can reroute us or redirect us or refresh us. Okay, get us to remember certain things of why we want to do something or why we want to participate in something. For example, let's use another deck. Let me call upon this chakra love deck, because maybe there's a chakra we can work with, or any messages that want to come out for this weekend. We got the listening one. So this is the throat chakra. If you want to be heard, learn to listen. Okay, so there's that blue connected to the cleanse. I'm seeing the bottom of the deck, and it's the intuition card. And there's an amethyst here. It says intuition is the little tug that pulls you towards your light. Anything, what's happening right now is we are getting pulled towards the light. We are meant to shine our light in this world. And so that can get uncomfortable for the dark parts of ourselves or the darkness that is around us. It can get uncomfortable for all that. That's what's producing this anxiety that we could be picking up on, empathically or intuitively. It may not even be our own anxiety. So that's why it is actually so important to cleanse your aura, your vibration, your energy, maybe even clear the decks. I'm going to take this guidance and clear all of my decks. I feel like I've worked so hard this week. These decks have been working so hard as well. I'm going to give them a break, give them a rest. There's something here about maybe even needing that, needing a little space, needing a little time to yourself. And that will help Maybe you even recognize what's your anxiety and what's the anxiety that you're picking up from the world around you, learning how to distinguish between the two. A lot of us empaths will just pick up on energies from those around us and not even know it. And we think it's our own sentiments. We think it's our own insecurity. We think it's our own fears. But really, we're just picking up on the fears of the collective. And we need to know how to transmute that, perhaps. Clear that, cleanse that out, do it in a way that feels right to you. Yes, I can give you tips. There's crystals here. There's Larimar and the amethyst. You can work with those crystals if you wish. Or you do anything that feels right to your soul. For some of us, we need to sing it out. We need to dance it out. We need to walk it out. Others of us, we need to go for a long drive or take a shower. It doesn't have to be this intricate ceremonial cleansing session. It could be something so simple as taking a drive or taking a walk or listening to your favorite music, dancing it out, sweating it out, going to the gym, whatever works for you. It could be ceremonial as well, to each their own. It's going to depend on you as a unique, beautiful, divine being. Do what works for you. So that's what I'm getting so strong this weekend. Let's get into the tarot and kind of get a deeper understanding here, or another layer to what's going on. I feel like we're going to be letting go and breaking free from those unhealthy attachments to people, places, things, fears, self-sabotage, overthinking it, being tied to like too much, doing too much, even like needing to always have a full impact work schedule. Learning how to sit comfortably in the mysterious, in the calm, in the void, when things aren't going maybe exactly how we want it. Learning how to work with that energy just as much as we're able to work with the busy times and the times when things are popping off and going well. Learning how to do both. Tarot guidance for this weekend. Tarot guidance for this weekend. Oh, too many cards. Let's see. Tarot guidance for this weekend. The Eight of Pentacles. This looks very ritualistic, so I was saying that earlier. You want to do the rituals. If it makes sense to you, if it's meaningful to you, you do the rituals. Do the thing that maybe attunes you or connects you to the divine, connects you to your spirit, your source, getting back to you. This Eight of Pentacles right here. Getting back to all of you. What makes you, you, okay? Have your back. There's something about needing to have your own back during this time of transformation and change. And giving yourself some credit. Giving yourself some credit for how far you've come and how much you've endured and how much you've already transformed, how much you've already spiritually purged and released and cleansed, and having to do it all again. Give yourself a pat on the back for all of that. There's like many cycles here, many moons. It's like I'm seeing or hearing some of you say, I've done this many moons ago or many times over. When is this spiritual work going to be done? And I don't know if it's ever going to be done completely, because we're always leveling up. We're always transforming, shifting, growing, okay, in new directions. And sometimes when we flourish, when we grow, when we blossom, that creates its own energy field that eventually needs to be plucked and pruned. And so there's more regrowth, if that makes sense. That's how the image is coming to me. Now, Four of Swords is at the bottom here. Rest, rest, rest. Get your rest in the times when it feels intense. Don't overdo things. Don't overstrain yourself. Okay, this is a very, like I said, a very psychic time, and I wouldn't want you to miss it. I wouldn't want you to miss the downloads that your spirit guides have for you. You know, you can work with channeled writing. Get out a pen and paper and start just writing. Some of you are really good at that. All you need is pen and paper, and start scribbling or writing and see what comes through. This is a time where we're entering basically a new portal or a new cycle. So being tuned in, understanding the significance of this time, I think is worthy of something here. Understanding that not just you are going through this transformation, but a whole collective is in their own unique way. But it's pretty it's transformative, and it's pretty big, I'm getting, with this Pluto card, because it's going to bring up some shadow stuff. It's going to bring up some uncomfortable stuff. And that's not to fear, and that's not to shove back down in there. It's a time period to look, to observe, to listen. Listen to what those anxieties are telling you, and see and ask yourself, are these really real? Do I have to give in to these anxieties? Do I have to give in to these fears? Or can I rework this? Can I overcome this? Okay, there's something about superseding or overcoming some of the long-standing anxieties and fears and insecurities we've had, and using your intuition as your main guide and your main source. Above all, above even, any tarot reading, any psychic reading, any astrology reading, always using your intuition as your number one guide. And then everything else that comes in as maybe validation, or it's something entertaining, or it's something, it's an additional layer to what you already know. Okay, I hope this makes sense. One more card for the weekend. Okay. Wow, Two of Cups. I feel like this transformation is going to bring in these beautiful opportunities. These beautiful opportunities. That's why I say it's so important to pay attention to these times that we're going through and transitioning through. Don't numb it out. And don't fear it, because I feel like at the end of this, there's an end of the tunnel here, and it's a beautiful one. Okay, there's a lot of positive energy happening out there, stuff we can't see yet, but it's gonna come. And when this comes, Two of Cups, however this plays out in your life, beloved, whether it's the love of your life, whether it's the passion of your life, the project, the vocation, the work, the career, the partnership, the soul clients, the soul customers, however this manifests into your life, you are going to appreciate that, okay, the changes, the death, the rebirth, it didn't happen in vain. These changes you are actively making and participating in, and moving through being uncomfortable, moving through embarrassment, moving through insecurities, moving through fears, doing it anyways, showing up to life anyways, despite many of those things I just mentioned. You will be rewarded. You will be rewarded in the end. Two of Cups. So I'm going to leave the message here. I'm really called from my spirit guides to conserve my energy, because I'm going to be working on the zodiac sign readings and have those ready and prepared for May. And so I won't be doing all signs this weekend. I hope this reading was helpful in some way. Get your rest, get your replenishment, drink your water, do all the things that make you feel good, nourish from the inside out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.